what happens in America affects all of the world. We are the firewall for the rest of the world. And that's why we're also having the movie now translated into numerous languages so that everyone can wake up to realize we're all being used. And all these dictators use the terminology, which you know well, useful idiots. They called their own people useful idiots. And those useful idiots were the first ones that were, really put to sleep and or put in labor camps after the task was achieved by the dictator. And so people need to wake up to understand, and it's happening massively, particularly here in the States, that the people of color are waking up to say, we're being used. And a lot of the gay community is waking up to say, look, this transgender thing has gone too far. We're all being pitted against each other. We're all infighting now. And this is what they want. They wouldn't be happier with anything less than civil war. And as I point out in The Great Awakening, there's a big benefit to when we're warring here. There's a big benefit to when we're rioting in the streets. Because if you understand that Karl Marx really created the philosophical ideology that almost all communism is based upon, and all communist leaders praise as the foundation of their political ideologies, and that Karl Marx said that communism can be summed up in a single sentence: the abolition of private property. And that's something that needs to be taken very seriously, because if you understand that that's the you'll own nothing and be happy. That's the why Bill Gates has bought all the farmland in the United States. That's why they allowed riots to happen while everyone else is locked down. Somehow it's okay though, if you want to go be part of a BLM riot, that's fine. Why is that? Because every territory that they had riots in, those properties plummeted in value. And all these black rock type of asset management firms rushed in, gobbled up all the property. And so never before have we had these multinational corporations owning single family homes the way they do now. And they're gobbling them up at thousands per month. And so we need to become aware that they're trying to bring us into these 15-minute cities where you rent everything, you own nothing, and you won't be happy, trust me. That's the only part of that sentence that is inaccurate. And that way, there's something that happens when you don't own material too, when you don't own your land, is you become less interested to learn about it. You don't need to necessarily learn about taxes. You just know somebody else is taking care of it. Think about how we all drive a rental car, right? I personally drive a rental car differently than I drive my own car. I don't necessarily think about where I park it, if it's going to get door dings or all of that, because it's a rental car. And if I examined years ago, I was very curious. The question was, what makes a ghetto a ghetto? I don't want to assume that these are just lower class people, but what turns an entire territory, a county, into a ghetto? What is that? And the answer can be summed up in lack of ownership. When you don't own your property, you don't take care of it. And when your neighbors aren't taking care of their property, it becomes a cancer. So you say, why would I mow my yard and put up a little white picket fence when cars are on jacks, and let's just let it all go. And you're paying money to the man, right? Your landlord is the man, the person that constantly reminds you that you owe them money. And so why would you take care of his place? Punch holes in the walls, graffiti it, whatever you want to do. And then now the esteem of where you live is so lowered that the morale, you have nothing to fight for, you have no pride, and that becomes then a lack of pride for your nation. And that's where we are right now, where there's very little love and pride for the incredible gift that America is.
So many important points there, Mikki. I'm actually getting flashbacks to when we had, David Icke here in 5 episodes in that 2020 year that was so pivotal. And, he would say a lot of things in the first 2 hours of the episodes, but the last 30 to 40 minutes were always around this division concept. And he said, they're always trying to find new subgroups because it's all about dividing us. It's all about dividing us. And he used to always reiterate, people always forget this about his shows, that at the end of the day, we are all just energy. We are all the same. And as soon as we get on that, they can't control us. But when they pit us against each other, it's easy to control us. And so I'm so glad you're zooming out on that. And it's nice to see that people are starting to see that. One nice thing about the last few years is that it's been easier to see, the Matrix, or whatever you want to call that. So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.